What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Bryce with the Real Squad. As you can see, I'm all decked out for Star Wars Celebration that has been happening this past week, and I wanted to share my thoughts on a few things, just a few things. Some good, some bad. As you can see, I've said it plenty of times. Huge Star Wars fan, man. Grew up with this stuff. My dad showed me episode 4, 5, and 6, and I was old enough to catch episode 1, 2, and 3 in theaters. And I know it's not a lot of prequel fans out there, but I am definitely one of the prequel fans. I love every minute of all 6 of the first films. Clone Wars was a little slow, but still, they have a special place in my heart. Being able to go see these movies in theaters or whatever, but yeah, I don't want to hold you too long. Just want to share my thoughts on what I am mostly excited for and things I am kind of surprised about, I should say. But first off, let's get into this Ahsoka trailer that they dropped. Oh my goodness. The trailer looks amazing. Pretty much near perfect, if I should say. Ahsoka looks great. Shout out Rosario Dawson. We finally have live action Thrawn, who is played by Lars Mikkelsen, the same person who plays him in Rebels. I'm actually in the middle of rewatching Rebels. I wasn't as into the animated series as I was the movies, but it seems like Ahsoka is gonna be Rebels brought to life. So that is pretty damn cool. We have the introduction of some Dark Jedi with Baylan and Shin, I believe. It's not confirmed, but it seems like they might be Dark Jedi or survivors from Order 66. This is all rumor right now. Nobody knows for sure. And it seems like they may be working for or with Thrawn. Still not 100% on that, but they look super dope. Oh my gosh, got the orange sabers. Each scene showing them, this looks so tight. I'm not going front. I'm super excited for this. We finally have live action Thrawn, and we know the last time we saw Thrawn was with Ezra, and they were being whipped off to the unknown regions with the Purgle, those huge Star Wars space whales. And I believe Ezra doesn't even have his lightsaber. Sabine Wren has it, and we get a cameo from her in the trailer, and this time she has longer hair. But yeah, man, everything about this looks awesome. Ahsoka actually says in the trailer, heir to the Empire, and for the uninitiated, that is a book, right, from Legends. And it's pretty much Luke going up against Thrawn right after what is it? The Return of the Jedi. He's the next big bad after Palpatine. And there's Dark Jedi in there, and that's pretty much our first introduction to Thrawn, and he is like a chess master when it comes to this game of Star Wars. So we'll finally get to see the live action version of Ezra as well. He was shot pretty quickly in the trailer. Not shot, but you saw him pretty quick in like a hologram or whatever. And it's gonna have a lot to do with the world between worlds. And it looks like Ahsoka is visiting this place, and where she is met by Baylan. I don't know if Baylan came from out of there or what's going on with that, or they both showed up there at the same time. Who knows? That's when you know you got a great trailer, when it's just so much mystery surrounding it, even though they show a decent amount. But the world between worlds is like Star Wars version of time travel. You can go there and see things that happened before, even possibly manipulate them, and maybe even bring people out. So cross your fingers. But yes, this is one of the trailers that I was super juiced about. Like I said, to me it's near perfect. Dave Filoni is pretty much the underling of George Lucas. George Lucas is still around, you know, so and Dave Filoni is still apparently talking to this guy, you know what I mean, bringing him to set, and that is just music to my ears. You know, when you kind of get like the okay from the the creator, the OG master, if you should say. I'm just really excited about Ahsoka, and I know they had dropped a few more trailers for the people at Star Wars Celebration. I believe Skeleton Crew got a trailer. That's following kids that go on Goonies, or what? I guess I can use Goonies as like a super adventure into space with the Star Wars theme, and you have Jude Law playing a Jedi in there. Come on, man. Jude Law as a Jedi? Sign me up. We also have the announcement of Bad Batch Season 3. I think they're going to end it with that and just a bunch of movie. Oh, yeah, they had the Acolyte trailer. I didn't see it. I heard it leaked. Heard nothing but good things about that. This is following the Sith and the rise of the Sith before the prequels, I believe, or right around the prequel era. Great stuff. But this is where it comes to things that I'm not too excited about, or I should say I'm a little surprised about. And we have officially announced, Kathleen Kennedy officially announced, I think it's untitled right now, but a Rey Skywalker, Rey Palpatine, whatever you want to call her, new Jedi Order. That's what we're going to call it for now. She is building a new Jedi Order, and this is supposed to be taking place 15 years in the future after, what was the last one? Man, I only seen these movies. Well, I've seen The Force Awakens plenty of times, but The Last Jedi and The Rise of Skywalker. It's taken 15 years after The Rise of Skywalker, and this is being directed by Sharmeen Obaid-Chinoy, if I said that right. Hopefully I said it right. Who is known for being a journalist and activist. She did work on Miss Marvel recently for Disney Plus, a few episodes, I believe. And she is also known for documentaries about women inequality. So, how do I feel about this? This to me is the craziest shit ever, as far as Lucasfilm, Disney Star Wars, I should say, not being fully tapped in to their audience, or I don't want to say, but it seems like they don't really care what a lot of the core audience thinks. This is the most controversial character, Rey. And I'm not saying Daisy Ridley. Love Daisy Ridley. She's a great actor. It's the character that she plays is very controversial. If you ask anybody who's everybody, she is the most controversial. Rey Palpatine, Rey Skywalker. The sequel trilogy in itself, to me, was horrible. Now, I'm saying that based off experience of as in watching the movies and knowing what happened with these movies. When I went in to The Force Awakens, I was a huge fan. I probably saw that movie in theaters about 3 or 4 times, and that's why I brought these guys out. You know what I mean? I still have Finn and Kylo in their boxes from the first release. You know what I'm saying? They still actually work, man. Come on. Like, dude, I was definitely a fan of these guys, and you still see the dust on them. You know what I mean? I wasn't about to get rid of them. From the trailer of The Force Awakens, showing Finn with that lightsaber, for me being black, I know, this was big, okay? And it seems like he was a stormtrooper who reverted and wanted to become a Jedi or join the rebellion. That storyline in itself was extraordinary. Like, I was so excited, and I was already a John Boyega fan from a movie he played in called Attack the Block. And so knowing that they cast him, his star power that was just literally just overflowing at the time, I knew for a fact him and Rey were going to be the new focus as far as the new Jedi to take on the First Order. And sure enough, that was not the case. After The Force Awakens, these movies went completely downhill, and everybody knows it. There was no plan, no organization to all 3 of these movies. two different directors. J.J. Abrams doing the first, Rian Johnson coming in and slaughtering The Last Jedi, and J.J. Abrams returning to try to clean everything up, which still didn't work. They went as far as to bring Palpatine back, completely ignoring what Anakin and what Luke did in Return of the Jedi. Like, oh, that didn't matter. He's still alive. You guys didn't do shit. That's what it kind of felt like to us. And knowing what happened with the release of the book from Bob Iger telling his tell all of what happened with the meeting with him and George Lucas, how they bought the George Lucas sold Star Wars and passed the torch, the Lucasfilm torch, to Kathleen Kennedy, and literally turned in his scripts or his work for episode 7, 8, and 9 with, I guess, promises of them using it, and they literally just scrapped it and did their own thing. So imagine that. Your baby, you sell it, and not only do you sell it, you still have material for it and to continue the story, to literally, give the people you're selling it to, Disney, a helping hand. Like, okay, this is where the story should go next. And I believe he said in his book that when they screened the movie to him, The Force Awakens, it pretty much broke his heart. They redid the first movie and completely ignored what he had given them, and who knows what happened to those scripts. And so hearing that, a lot of Star Wars fans were even turned off even more, knowing the disrespect that was shown to George Lucas. So that was like a real tough pill to swallow. They literally said, after buying everything, taking the script for 7, 8, and 9, not using it, Kathleen Kennedy herself said they have no source material to continue the story. They have nothing to pull from. Completely just destroying, obliterating Legends. Like, all the books, all the comics, they just threw that out along with George Lucas and his 3 films. Insanity. And what's even more crazy, they have the nerve to pull certain parts from Legends to put into their movies, like Ben Solo, like just little tidbits here and there. Even with the Ahsoka trailer, The Heir to the Empire, that is a Legends book. It's literally called Heir to the Empire. And even though, like I said, the trailer looks amazing, I'm still excited for it. That was a book based around Luke and what happens after, and him rebuilding the Jedi Order and him going up against Thrawn. It's just insane. Like, you say you don't have this source material, and yet you are still pulling from it, not acknowledging it, but pulling from it. But then you have people like Jon Favreau, who created The Mandalorian, and Dave Filoni, who's doing, his Rebels, and he's coming out with the Ahsoka show, and them working together, seeming like the heart of Star Wars is still there. It's just not pumping like that. It's the pulse is very low, and these are the only guys, more so Dave Filoni, because he was literally right under George. These are the guys that are pretty much holding the fandom together, because after The Last Jedi, the fandom was split, and some people even saw it with The Force Awakens, and Kathleen Kennedy doing that whole Forces female thing, literally just to wear this campaigning, you know what I'm saying? Like, what does it have to do with sex? It should just be about Star Wars and telling a great story. It shouldn't have to do with anything like that. Just write a good story. And it's just mind-boggling that they're moving forward with this Rey movie, and they don't even mention Finn. Like, John Boyega has been outspoken about what happened with him on the set of there. Like, this whole Star Wars experience, what he seemed to be promised, like it never came to fruition. Like we all thought, especially from that first trailer, that he was gonna be a Jedi, and sure enough, they had the nerve to like play on that. I'm not even sure if it was The Last Jedi or Rise of Skywalker, where he was trying to tell Rey, but every time he was about to tell her that he was force sensitive, something stopped him or something happened in the scene to prevent him from saying this. It was just so annoying as a Star Wars fan, dude. And even being a fan of the character of Finn, like, dude, are y'all serious right now? Are y'all serious? He never showed any force ability. The only time we got to see anything like that was in The Force Awakens. That's why I still have somewhat love for that movie, because seeing him with that lightsaber in the snow fighting Kylo was just so legendary. And I still, to this day, the trailer is still dope. You know what I'm saying? The movie is still decent. It's just that what came after just completely destroyed it. It's crazy to me. It's literally crazy to me. And I understand why they got a director like this. Like, to me, I see it as this. Why would any prominent director, and I'm thinking somebody like Denis Villeneuve, Colin Trevorrow, shoot, man, anyone that is up there right now that's been like knocking stuff out the park, why would they want to come and touch something like this? Look what happened to Rian Johnson. He has great movies with the Knives Out, and he's done other things. I think the movie that I saw that I liked of his was Looper. I'd never seen Knives Out 1 or 2. I don't care. That's how disappointed I was about The Last Jedi. And I know that these are great films that he made. I probably eventually will get around to seeing them, but I am in no rush. Like, what director wants to go through that? Tell me, like, seriously, what director wants to be put in a hot seat like that? You were gonna have to get a director like Charmin Obi-Chinoy to direct a movie like this, because I don't feel like anybody will want to tarnish their career right now, especially knowing that Disney is gonna have a hand, foot, and knee in the writing and directing of this film. Like, they're not gonna be able to be super creative and do what they want to do. So it's just sad, man. It's just real sad that it seems like Disney is backtracking and doubling down on what people don't like. They did announce some other movies. James Mangold is supposed to be doing like the first Jedi movie or something like that. That sounds a little exciting as well. He's a decent director. He did Ford vs Ferrari. I really like that movie. I think he's doing the new Indiana Jones movie as well, so we'll see what happens with that. That's also I don't know what's gonna happen with that. I'm a little nervous, but it's just a crazy time to be in, and I don't know. I just feel sorry for us Star Wars fans, but at the same time, I still have some things to be excited about. Am I gonna go see the Rey movie? Of course. I review movies. That's what I do, and I love Star Wars, so I'm always gonna want to check out just to give my opinion on it. So we will see. But that's just my little rant. I don't want to keep you guys for too long, hold you too long. I feel like I already rambled on a little bit too long, but yeah, I'm just, you can tell. I'm a little flustered, but I'm gonna let you guys get out of here. If you are new here, please hit that sub and that like, man. I'm trying to reach that 1,000 subs. It's been a fun year so far, and I appreciate you guys who have been tuning in, coming back to watch the videos. And if you're a returning watcher that hasn't hit that sub, let today be that day. But like I said, I appreciate you guys. This has been the Real Squad. And yeah, man, follow us on those socials at Real Squad on Instagram and TikTok, and at Real Squad Collectibles on TikTok and Instagram, so you can stay up to date on what we're doing and what we got going. And we'll have some more reviews coming this week. It has been real. Make sure you guys check out all those Star Wars updates and trailers and tidbits. The internet is going a little crazy right now, but yeah, man, appreciate you guys, and I am